Today we are going to be talking about light and dark, and there's so much to unpack there, so we're going to take just one little bit of it. Good morning, loves. Happy Monday. It's an exciting week for a lot of us. For us, it is the first week of school. Ugh, the babies go back, and it's so bittersweet. It was so great having so much time with them. But it'll be so great when they go back to school. We'll miss them terribly. I hope you guys are all having a great Monday morning. Feel free to like and share this stream. I'm going to do that now. And today we are going to be talking about light and dark, and there's so much to unpack there, so we're going to take just one little bit of it and explore it. This is a topic that I will probably talk about a lot, so oh gosh, because like I said, there's just so much to unpack there. So grab your coffee, continue getting ready for the day, sit down with that bowl of cereal, whatever it is you're doing right now, and we'll settle in and we'll discuss. Yeah. It's still beautiful out here on the deck. A little chilly this morning. I can feel fall right around the corner. I'm so excited. I'm trying not to get too excited, you know. I'm trying to really absorb our last little bit of summer. Okay. So, light and dark. This is a metaphor that's used a lot in how we navigate life. There's light and there's dark. Yin and yang. Opposites. And so one of the most important things about this analogy of light and dark in our life is that they help us strike balance. And ultimately, in all of my studies and all of my practice, that's the goal, is we're always striving for that balance. We will hit those super highs and we'll hit those super lows, but as long as we keep working to find that happy ground, then, you know, we're doing all right. We're doing good, right? And there's one thing that I kind of want to clear up with the concept of light and dark, and that's that dark is always negative or bad or something that we should strive to pull away from, and that's not true, in my opinion, and through my practice and what I've noticed about the contrast of light and dark. Darkness is a beautiful tool that we get to use to explore ourselves and how we navigate in the world and what we need to focus on to bring us back to, like I said, that balanced state. So it's really easy to navigate life when you are on that really high, when you're like in bright, shiny days of your life and things are going and unfolding beautifully. And then, so that's, I think, why we get that feeling of the darkness is negative, because sometimes things don't unfold exactly how we thought they were going to, or we're feeling a lot of contrast with our thinking. So that's the one thing I want to clear up. We should not be afraid of the darkness and that side of life. That is hugely beneficial for us to explore. However, if we hang out there too long, then that's not good. We have a tendency to fall into patterns that are destructive or negative when we hang out there too long and we haven't tried to manipulate that balance. So, for me, in life, a lot of the ways that I grasp concepts that aren't really tangible, I learn them through activities that I do in my tangible and my physical environment. So like it could be the smallest of things that I've done, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. I get it. So, for example, I was watering our lawn, pretty typical thing that I do all the time. And this is something obviously that I do when I am able to see in my surroundings. I don't typically do it at night or in the dark, right? And so I was walking over to the valve to turn on the next set of sprinklers, but at that time it had started to get dark. And I couldn't see quite as well, and so I found it really interesting that because it was something that I had done so many times, I knew the path over to the faucet, I knew the surroundings, because it's something that I had done in the daytime over and over and over. Like, I had no problems going over, turning the sprinklers on, and then walking away. I knew exactly what to do. And all of a sudden, in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, that is the perfect analogy of how to navigate those dark times, because this is what we do in the light, or what we should do in the light, is we should practice all of the tools that we are going to need when we are going through those darker times in life. So things like our boundaries and gratitude and productive routines that are going to support us. Practice healthy thinking and self-love. Those are all things that are easier to do in the light when aspects of life are lighter and freer and more flowing. And so that way, when we come up against darker times or things that we need to explore in ourselves, we have these really strong pillars to lean against to help guide us through the dark. In my brain, when I think lighter times in life, I instantly think of clarity. Like, that is the light for me. That it's clarity and knowing. I know how things are happening, and I can see really far out. I can understand what's happening. But in those times in my life that are darker, I don't have as much clarity, and I'm not quite sure how things are going to go. And there are a lot of variables at play that could affect how things are going to happen. So it's really great to practice, like I said, all of the boundaries and healthy thinking and self-love. If we practice them in our times of ease, then when times do shift, it'll be easier. It's like prepping for the big game, you know? Like, all right, I got all my runs in. I'm ready for this marathon. I'm gonna kill it, you know. And so, and that's also another way that it helps shift that notion that it's inherently wrong or negative or bad when we are in those darker times in life. It's just a period of learning and growing, and that's exactly what we need. So, biggest takeaway: don't fight the darkness. It's going to happen. These things are going to come up. It's a huge growing tool, so embrace it as much as you can. And then practice, practice, practice. Practice all of those solid things that are healthy for you and your mind, body, and spirit to carry you through those challenges and those difficult, darker times in life. So, I want to know how you guys navigate that balance between light and dark, and what your thoughts are on practicing in the light to bring us through the darkness. I hope that you guys have a fabulous Monday and have fun prepping for back to school, all of you who have children, and for the rest of you, I guess just enjoy this week. Just another week, right? Or maybe it's not. Maybe you got something crazy going on. I don't know. I'd love to hear about that too. So, anyway, I am going to head out, and I will chat soon. Ta-ta, everybody.